Hello, it's Moira McDonald, but it would be because it's the Moira McDonald channel, yay! Thanks very much for coming back, assuming of course you have come back and this is not the first time I've ever come across you or you've come across me. I'm going to do more of the kind of layered tags that are turned into, what do you call them, clusters, for a page in a Christmassy style junk journal slash December daily that I'm going to be making. So yesterday I did a couple and I'm going to do another couple today, and what I have, I'll start with this one, which is a kind of darker of the two. I've got a piece of scrapbooking paper which is from a 6x6 pad, and I have cut it in a die cut shape. It's actually a die that's got the wee kind of stitching marks round about it, so it's not an enormously large, hold on, I've put my ruler away. It's not an enormously large die, but it's the biggest in the set. It's roughly 2.5 by 4 and 3/8, big enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to layer up a variety of things round about it, and it will form a page on the junk journal that I'm going to be making. Now, like yesterday, what I did when I did my first one was I put a couple of wee bits about page. I'm going to do the same thing here, a bit of music, a bit about page, and that's the barking daisy, and that's the growling chip. Probably somebody's walked past. Depending on how bad it gets with the barky boos, we'll either shut them out to enable me to continue the video, or it might just all calm down, because it really depends on how busy it becomes outside. Sadly, I do live on a main road, so you tend to find that there's quite a lot of folk wander past from time to time. I would say that despite living on a main road, they've got a substantial walk to wherever they're going, because we're not near anything. Now, it may well be the case that when I add this, where it's added, you might not, once everything else is attached, that they might not be terribly noticeable, but that's okay, because the whole thing about the kind of cluster type thing is it's the layers that are interesting. You know, the fact that there are layers there, not necessarily what the layers are, although of course in my case it's pretty important to make sure that they all match and whatever. Right, so that's my first couple of wee bits. I've got my wee girl image here. Oh, I've not brought out my distress ink to go around her. I've cut her out, and I'm just going to go around to kind of highlight the edge. Now, the reason I'm using the particular scrapbooking paper that I'm using with her, it's a 6x6 pad it came from, bought it a while back, couldn't tell you what it was. I think I've actually managed to lose the front cover of it, because you know what it's like, once you've taken a few pages out, these kind of things tend to fall apart. So I've lost the front page, which means I don't know what it is. But the good thing is the majority of scrapbooking papers, when they're sold, the people do a lot of the coordinating for you. They actually get papers that go together, so you don't need to think too much about what you're adding in terms of contrasting colours. But the gist of this is, this wee girl is quite, she's got quite rich skin tones, and the overall kind of hue round about her was a kind of greeny holly type shade. In fact, I think she was actually holding holly, although some of it I've cut out. So she will go quite well on this paper, which is holly. So her green hue down here matches in quite well with the green on this particular paper. So we shall stick her on, and she will jut over the edge there because she is part of the cluster, as opposed, she's probably the kind of significant part, because she's going to be the thing that you see more than anything else. When you're looking at the cluster, she's going to be the main focal point of this. A wee bit of glue over the edge there, that's not the end of the world. I'll just mark the table and, oh god, I've got glue on her face. Oh no, what have I done? Let's try and... Oh, help. Wee bit wet finger. Right, it's not screamingly obvious. I will get away with that, that's fine. Oh! You know what it's like when disaster strikes. And it regularly does. Right, anyway, so there's my girl down on the page with her sticky glued coupon. A coupon's a face in Scotland. I have cut another, the other side, this was a double-sided paper. I cut another wee tiny tag, which I'm going to attach just to make it part of the cluster. And you'll note I'm using glue to stick it on. A lot of folk, I know Jessica Rapp, when she was the first person I saw doing clusters, she's not the only person obviously, because there's quite a number of folk seem to be doing them now, but when you watch them, a lot of folk do them with, what do you call it, staples. I despise staples with every fibre of my being when it comes to this kind of thing, because I just don't think it's appropriate, and I'm always really worried that ultimately, the other thing that amazes me is a lot of folks seem to really like this rusty pin thing. That is not to my taste. It may well be absolutely fine, but I have to confess that I am really concerned that somebody might at some point be jagged with these things, and as a result end up with lockjaw if they've not had a tetanus recently. There's nothing like a worrying mother, is there? And I am a worrying mother. So, you know, I don't like using metallic things like that too much. It takes me all my time to use a pin. I will add pins in the hope that obviously a pin is an enclosed thing, and it's highly unlikely that in touching the pin you will be jagged unless that pin is open, and if that pin is opened, I haven't opened it, you have. So, you know, what can I say? Right, I've made my little envelope here. You know I've got a thing about these wee envelopes, and I'm pretty sure I cut a wee bit of card somewhere. Aye, there it is. Another wee bit of scrapbooking paper, and that is going to form my little Christmas card within my envelope, because I really like that concept as well. Don't need to stick it in, can if you want, but I'm not going to bother. And I'm going to stick that up there, I think. Let's just have a look, we'll work it out. Again, this is from the same paper pad, so it's green. This isn't, that's why it's got a white background. I'm not overly keen on white backgrounds, but they happen. So, you know, I don't like them because I like vintagey stuff, so, you know, white doesn't really go with the vintage image for me. So that's my wee thing. Right, I've got a wee kind of gold coloured Christmas tree that I'm going to stick on it as well, down here. And I've also got a wee tiny, wee itty bitty doily that I'm going to put down the bottom as well. And then I have cut from another scrapbooking paper, which came, this came from the pad that was in. It's red, but again, because there's red in the holly, the background, there's wee holly berries, as opposed to Halle Berry. It's not Catwoman. Holly berries in there, so the red of that will go with the red of this. And like I said, she's fairly richly coloured, so she's got kind of rosy cheeks. So that can go down there, and ultimately I'll have a look at some point and stick on a wee random Tim Holtz quote. So let's get our little Christmas card letter stuck on. Just want to have a look at the other side of this to see how much. I've got a wee bit of glue overhanging there, but again, it's not going to be the end of the world because ultimately this will stick on a page, so you're not going to be looking at that too much. Right, so I want my wee tree here, and these wee trees are devils. Where are my things? Tweezers. These are devils in as far as they're pretty intricate, and takes a wee while to cut them with a die cutting machine, I must admit. I really could be doing with a new die cutter, so I'm really hoping Santa might bring me a A4 sized Big Shot. I've not told Santa that yet, mind you. Who am I kidding? I'm my own Santa. So if I want it, we'll just no eat on Tuesday, and that'll free up the money. I know you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. If I want to craft, I'm not going to eat. I don't need to eat because I want to be thin. I've lost 4 stones in weight and I want to keep that off. I actually put on half a stone over Christmas and I've not lost it. And I've just decided recently, you know, I really need to start making the effort and try and lose a wee bit of weight again. I mean, I don't need to, technically I'm within the normal weight scale, but once you've been obsessive about weight control, it doesn't take much to be obsessive again. Right, I'm so pedantic, I've actually glued a wee tiny star at the top of my tree in white glitter paper, because I just thought it was nice. Right, we'll put our wee doily down the bottom. I can overhang it a wee bit at the bottom because this is going to be a reasonable enough size for a page, and then we're going to put this wee banner across the bottom. If you're really lucky, you'll be able to hear whimpery Daisy in the background. When Daisy wants out the room, she whimpers. But she'll just need to tolerate me now because Mummy's making a video. She only wants out the room so she can run to the window and start barking at folk walking by. Right, that'll do this. I will add some random Tim Holtz words here at some point because I noticed in the pad I've got there are some that do relate to Christmas, which is quite handy, so we'll add them there. So that's that wee girl done. Next is my other wee girl from the scrapbooking paper, which had the white pages and it's white in the back. It's kind of fir tree leaves. Here's my girl, who is kind of very pale, obviously. She's got white kind of fur. We'll hope it's faux fur, but chances are it wasn't. And the wrap that's round her is a kind of silvery bluey grey. She's got some wee holly berries, so there's essence of red in there, but I don't think I've got anything red to add to this. I have made another little envelope with a kind of grey coloured silvery scrapbooking paper. I don't know who designed these, but they're a devil at the bottom. For some reason they put a wee slot in the bottom. I don't know if you're meant to feed something into that, but it's a real nuisance because it means you've got to struggle to fold it over. It's just such a nuisance. They never thought of me when they were making it and what I do with things. Incidentally, it isn't necessary to add lace to everything you do when you're making a journal, despite what some folks seem to think. Right, I've cut this kind of white silvery, again for that scrapbooking paper, white silvery wee bit card that is going to form my wee Christmas card for this one. That'll go in my wee envelope, like that. Got a wee banner in green, which has come from a different scrapbooking paper, but the green coordinates quite well with the green of this. It's a kind of grey green. It's a bit like what is it Tim Holtz has got, I can't remember what it's called. Bundled Sage, is it? I use it quite a lot, whatever it is, it's a nice one. And I've got a wee die cut snowflake, a wee grey coloured doily, and Noel. And I managed to die cut that first time round, so that was in fact my first Noel Do you get that? So we've got a wee, and it's out of glittery white card, so we'll get that stuck on as well. Right, we'll put a wee bit of music behind her. It's funny, the words are blow, blow, thou, and the next line is freeze, freeze, thou. So this is really quite an appropriate choice for a Christmassy thing, isn't it? It's almost as if I think about these things before I do them. Right, so when I'm actually deciding what to combine, I do look at the main colour of the main image that's going to be there. So my wee girl was quite pale in this one, which is why everything behind her is going to be fairly pale. I'm not going to bother with thingy to, what do you call it this time round? Two book pages. I'll just leave it with the music. Got to have it a wee bit higher up and try not to glue her face, eh? Oh, I didn't bother going round her with the distress ink. I should have done. Oh, well, don't think it'll be the end of the world. I'm sure she'll manage. Right, we'll put our wee doily up the top. Then we'll have our snowflake, and I want to try and, if I can, have my snowflake straight, because it is, this particular die is, it's been cut symmetrically, so there's that adds the problem that if you do it at a jaunty angle, there's something about it that just doesn't look right to the eye. So in an ideal world, you try and keep it symmetrical. Incidentally, the centre of this was a wee tiny star, and that's the wee white star that I used in the other thing, the other one, when I put the Christmas tree together. Right, we'll have our wee letter next, and our wee letter can overhang the star. It won't stick to it because I know for a fact that that doesn't stick very well. My banner, which is green down the bottom, I'm going to have that Noel on the banner. Now my banner, I'm putting my banner across the bottom of the image on the basis that when you're cutting a picture out, obviously when you look at a picture it's in a rectangle, and when you cut it out, depending on how her clothing is, you're maybe having a straight edge at the bottom. Since I haven't put her along the straight edge of the bottom of the tag, to look at the picture, there's something just not right about it. Do you know what I mean? You can see she just doesn't look, it doesn't look natural. So if I put that there and then we put Noel covering the rest, effectively we'll take care of that problem and it will blend in a wee bit better. Now I reckon I must be getting near my half an hour for my camera to shut out, so I'm going to move really quite quick here and fire the Noel on. In fact, I'm firing on the first Noel, the angels did sing, blah 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 blah, in fields where they lay. I don't think that's the right words. I think it is some of the words, just not necessarily in the right order. Actually, I quite often tackle tunes like that. I get the right notes, I just don't get them in the right order either. Right, that'll need to do me for the glue now. There we go, that's her. Now, we could add a wee bit of lace if we can find it. Where did I put the wee bit of lace? Had it a minute ago. Oh, there it is. Just a wee tiny snippet of lace. Lace in moderation. I do like lacy things, I love them, I mean I do, but do you know, I'm sorry, I don't enjoy it when I look at a book and I think, how on earth do you ever manage to write in that, the amount of stuff that's in it? But then I think a lot of folk don't actually write in books anyway. Oh, scampering pups. Squirrel must have ran across, although if it was a squirrel they'd be barking little Aldi. Right, that'll do us. There we go, that's the first Noel. So we'll have a look quickly at our two tags. That's the wee darker coloured girl and the wee Peely Willy girl. Yay! So I hope you liked them. Any comments, feel free to chat away. You know I like a wee blether now and again. And if anybody's looking for any advice, this oracle, the oracle of all knowledge, try not to laugh when I say that, eh? If there's anything I know that I think, you know, would benefit you, believe you me, I'm only too happy to pass it on. Thanks for your time. I'll see you again soon. Don't know when, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day or cloudy rainy day. Right, that's the job started, so I'm away. Thanks for your time. Any comments, feel free to wire in. I shall speak to you soon. See you later, guys. Bye.